Hello folks, today is Friday, December 16th, 2016. As always, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about some video game stuff that has been happening, and since it is winding down to the end of the year, not a lot of gaming news going on, but the first thing we have to talk about is Street Fighter V, and some apparent changes that it seems like Capcom is adding to really change how multiplayer is done. I don't know if you guys have been following Street Fighter V, but since its release, it's been plagued with some issues here and there, and Capcom has been trying to improve the online experience, and what they're doing now, according to some leaked documents from NeoGAF, is that they are changing some of the matchmaking and capabilities of online to actually designate people who are rage quitters. Yes, Capcom seems like they're finally actively fighting against rage quitters, something that has been notoriously a problem for Street Fighter V completely. Now, basically, if you're designated a rage quitter, you'll have a little icon next in your name, and you'll more likely be grouped with other people who play just like you do. And on the opposite end, it also goes for people who never disconnect and never quit a match early. They'll get a special designation as well for being the best behaved players. Honestly, I can just say good on you, Capcom, because a lot of people who have stuck with this game really deserve feature implementations like this, so hats off to you. But something that caught my eye and was extremely interesting is some new information about the new Doom, one of our favorite games of the year. It's fucking so good. Sorry, anyway, but what I want to talk about is new information from Bethesda members talking about how they were designing the game, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen those leaked footage of an early trailer and how the game originally had a very different direction. It was going to be Doom 4, and it was much more focused to be a Call of Duty-like thing. It was a very cinematic experience, apparently, and you also fought mostly on Earth, which is just insane to think about for something like Doom. Ultimately, it seemed like it was not a fit, and there are a ton more details, all featured in Danny O'Dwyer and No Clips documentary, which I gotta recommend. It's so good. You guys gotta check it out. There's tons of information about Doom, and it's worth watching because, like I said, this new Doom is a really good game.
That Rocket League one they did is real good.
The Rocket League one is so good. Can we just make Rocket League Game of the Year again?
Let's do it. Rocket League Game of the Year.
And you guys know what we like to do on the show. We like to highlight cool things that people made about video games. So you have to check out these propaganda-style posters reflecting stuff like the Soviet Union and even as far back as World War II type posters. And it's actually anti-Mario propaganda, and it's very, very cool. We've linked the artist down below. Honestly, I would like to buy these and just hang them up everywhere because they're really cool. And briefly, just as a shout-out, Astro sent us their new A50 line of wireless headsets, and we've been playing around with them in the office, and so far, they're pretty good. What I'm really digging most now is the fact that charging the thing and keeping it on a stand isn't sucky. Now they've actually included a magnetic base that you just plop the headphones down on and it charges them. While the design is mostly the same, they do have some improvements with connectivity and how you use them and how they sound, and I think they're pretty good. They didn't pay us to say that or anything, but they sent it to us, so I figured we'd give them a mention. And something that caught our eye that was pretty interesting, I don't know if you guys caught this, but after PSX and the announcement of the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy collection, there was actual raw gameplay footage posted onto YouTube that is actual straight gameplay of like an entire level of the game. It's like a supercut, but there's lots of real gameplay there, and you can really look and see what they're doing here. And interestingly enough, a lot of people on YouTube took those scenes from Insanity Beach, the original levels in the first game, and compared to two versions, the original PlayStations and this new remaster. And it's very interesting to see the differences here. I think they are doing a great job. It looks freaking awesome, but there are some little differences, like in terms of sound and animations, that feel a little bit off. But then again, the game is still in development, so time will tell. But I figured you Crash fans like me would want to check it out. And since we are on the topic of graphics, it looks like once again, Nintendo Switch's graphical capabilities are the talk of the town. Thanks to VentureBeat and their sources, we've gotten some real confirmation on what the graphical power is with the Nintendo Switch, and yes, like the speculation has been, this thing does not hold a candle to either the PS4 or the Xbox One. It's actually based off of outdated Maxwell architecture, which does not use what you've probably heard, the Pascal architecture that are modern games, and this article has set console fanboys aflame because everybody cares about graphics and how bad Nintendo is going to be because nobody ever really remembers history and realizes that Nintendo really never cares about being on the cutting edge of graphics, and usually it works out for them, except for the Wii U. The reason they're going for this older architecture and probably a Tegra chip is the speculation is that they are going to be able to work some wizardry and some development magic, and as well as specially clocking the Tegra chip specifically for the Nintendo Switch and to really take advantage of things, and also to keep it cheaper and keep this cheaper than a regular modern console is why Nintendo is probably going for this. I'm really curious to see how this can work out in Nintendo's favor, because if they can work some wizardry here and just really surprise us with some outdated hardware and really get the most out of it, then a Nintendo Switch can really live up to some of the hype it's really definitely getting now. But since we are talking about the Nintendo Switch, there has been a patent surfaced that Nintendo filed for VR, which what looks like basically the Nintendo Switch's main unit on the controller screen thing that has been rumored to be 720p. You can remove the controllers on the side and slot it into a headset similar to something like the Samsung Gear VR. So now what they want is you to strap a Nintendo switch to your face, which probably, I can only imagine it sucks, because if this is a 720p screen, especially if it's just 540p games that are just up-res to 720p. Let me see.
It's gonna be the size of a fucking PlayStation.
Okay, yeah, so it's roughly the size of a PlayStation 2 Slim. So this is me with a Nintendo Switch VR on my face. I feel like I'm in the future. I think that more than anything could lead to a lot of questions, but if you think about it, in a perfect world, it's perfect. The design of the Nintendo Switch works out great because you can remove the controllers from the thing, which means you put the face on your screen with the headset, and then you take the two controllers and you play VR. But, like I said, the real limitation here is what the screen is apparently going to be. And of course, companies do file patents just to cover their bases, any ideas that they've played around with, so this could never really actually become a thing, but it's sure as hell fun to talk about. And with something I'm very, very sad to report is that Ubisoft, it looks like they've patched out that fucked up face of that guy in Assassin's Creed 2 in the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection. The patch notes for the newest update on the PS4 version actually specifically highlight and mention that they got rid of the weird face. Now, for those of you that don't know, this face got wildly popular thanks to a Polygon video, but apparently it's not always a thing. It's very randomized with the NPCs in the background. But for the off chance that you do get this guy's messed up face, we're gonna miss him. He will be missed.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
And I don't know if you guys have been living under a rock, or maybe you just hate mobile games, but Super Mario Run has released, and according to reports, the thing hit 2.85 million downloads in one day. That is crazy, and that also kicks the piss out of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go reportedly was downloaded 900,000 times in one day, but I'm pretty sure that data doesn't also count on Android. Super Mario Run, for those of you that don't know, is only on iOS, which is really funny because there's actually a bootleg knockoff Android version called, what is it called? Plumber Jump?
It is called, I have it on my phone right here, it's called Super Plumber Run.
I hope you didn't pay any money for that. Did you guys download it, or just the free version at least? It seems pretty fun. I really don't know how long it's going to keep my interest, especially for $10. But it does seem like Nintendo did a good job with their first real official outing of a hardcore is not the word, game on mobile. But of course, now it is time for the giveaway. You guys know the deal. There's a form down below. You click it, you sign up once to enter, and then you're entered forever. And then every single week I go in and randomly choose one winner to win a free console of their choice. Keep in mind, if you don't win this week, and chances are with the probability with so many people, you probably won't, our video game awards show, our Game of the Year 2016 picks that we're doing later this month, we'll have a giveaway in that as well that you're probably gonna like. But I digress. The winner for this week's console is going to be this person right here. You know what to do. Check your email. I'm going to be getting in touch with you soon. Check your spam, because sometimes my emails get lost and I'm still reaching out to some people who haven't gotten back to me. Now we got to talk about all the stuff that happened this week, or lack thereof. Let's talk down in the comments. Number one, are you playing Super Mario Run? Do you think it's worth $10? Because I don't think so. I really don't. Also, did you watch that documentary about Doom? How do you feel about it? Do you really think that Doom could have been completely different? And would you have wanted to play that? I still would have, just in a way of like, it's so bad, it's good. It just sounded horrible, but I still wanted to see it for myself. And since we have been talking about it, what do you think about the Nintendo Switch now that there are more details coming out about the actual capabilities? Are you concerned about the graphical powers here, or do you just care about the games? Because that's what I need to care about, and that's honestly what I still need to be convinced on. Let us know anything you want about the stuff we talked about this week. I will be down there talking to you guys, and dishing some smackdown on some fucking trolls down there too. But also, you guys can tweet me at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all those places, at Jake Baldino as well. But you guys know the deal. Thank you so much for being around this December, and this year has been awesome for us. I know I say this a lot, but when I started the gameranx YouTube channel, I never in a million years think it would be like this. But anyway, liking and subscribing is a good thing if you're new. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Nice. 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 Fuck yeah.